And we are back with Death Stranding. Back at the weather station, where we successfully activated the station and got access to a shiny new weather reporting feature, which we can access by clicking the stick. There we go. And something that didn't occur to me last time, one of the benefits of seeing the weather is, as far as I know, BTs only show up where there's rain. So if there's no rain, there's no BTs. At least that's my current theory. Just a theory, of course. So we're supposed to take on a new order. Wheat seed delivery. And I really need to remember to listen to the briefings. Wow, that's going all the way south. And if you'll recall, we were not able to bring the trike here because the terrain was just far too rocky. So we'll likely have to go on foot.
Next on your agenda is a visit to a Timefall farm. You're probably wondering how that works, since Timefall ages and eventually kills living organisms. But in controlled amounts, Timefall can be used to grow plants at record speed. We're not talking about double or triple cropping. The process can yield several years' worth of produce in a single 12-month cycle. A couple runs the farm. One used to be an environmental scientist. He left the city to experiment with Timefall as a means to turn the desert soil of void-out craters into arable land. He's also done research into gene modification to create plants capable of withstanding the rapid growth. His work caught Amelie's eye when she and her group were heading west. A sprinkle of rain, a burst of growth, and if you cut the water off at just the right time, you've got a farm that functions more like a factory. Our recent advances in weather forecasting should allow him to plan ahead and produce even more food. We have some genetically modified wheat we need you to bring to him. Connect the Cupid while you're there.
Okay. 4 pieces of cargo. That's it. It's not fragile. How are we doing on gear? 1 anchor, I think that's a full anchor, so it actually has like 3 or 4 charges. The PCC lets us build a private room, which seems very expensive and not worth it yet. 1 container repair. We'll definitely make sure we have blood bags. We used some blood grenades, so let's make sure we top up on those. We do have smoke grenades now as a separate item from the smoke cargo. Yeah, smoke emitting cargo. I think I'm going to take one of these because we just haven't used that yet and could be quite useful. As for hematic grenades, I mean, we're always going to need more of these, so we don't have to take them all with us. And we found the Bola gun to be fairly useless against BTs, because it didn't actually kill them, it just held them in place, but good against mules. So we'll keep it in case we have to go through mule territory. Well, we'll take a look first. Very cheap, all things considered. Gonna go ahead and load everything up first. And then we'll take a look at our private locker. Make a few changes.
Order assigned.
Not the most streamlined workflow. Oh, I keep forgetting. Private locker is not, it's not shared. It's specific to the location. So that's a reason why I should maybe not have... I should have maybe checked before building all this stuff. That's okay. Very cheap, the grenades. So we've got... An easier way to check is actually to just bring up the equip menu. Bullet gun. And I did finally figure out what EX grenades do, and they are, in my opinion, they are about as useless as I thought. The effect depends on the level, and I guess I can't remember the exact differences between each level, but like the highest level of these grenades indeed does draw BTs to an area, and the other ones, it makes them retreat for a short amount of time. I don't know. I'm probably gonna be done with EX grenades because what I read about them wasn't very promising. I think 15 grenades is enough, or 13. So we can get rid of 2 hematic grenades. So that was kind of a waste. Very mildly. Private locker. And I know these are really lightweight, but another mechanic that's important to consider is the package size, because the smallest package is small, and you can see how big that is. It adds up, even if it's really lightweight. It's just the sheer volume that it takes up. So it's a reason to not carry every single item in the game on every trip. And we didn't sleep anywhere, so we didn't get a new blood bag, but that's okay. We're doing just fine. And we will have to go on foot, so we've got climbing anchor, and we've got a couple ladders. I think this is a good setup. I couldn't rebalance my loadout from this screen, so I guess that means it's already balanced, maybe? Okay, let's take a look at where we're going. Timefall Farm. And we have to explicitly request the weather. Excellent, we've got a nice little trail here that has... That's a generator, right? Mind telling it? Oh, we have to clear the markers first. So we'll just... I don't know, we'll just do something like that. It's a post box. I don't see why we can't see the weather as well as... what the thing is that we're hovering over. But what can you do? Okay. Let's go for it.
Keep it up, Sam. You're making a real difference.
That did not sound genuine. Keep it up, Sam. You're making a real difference.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
We know there's generators along the way, so we can sprint. No need to follow that path too strictly. We should really stick to the well-trodden path if we can. Is that a middle finger? It's just a statue. It kind of looked like a hand sticking out of the ground with its middle finger extended. Which would be pretty funny in a game reportedly about sharing and collaboration. I wouldn't put it past Kojima.
Predicting the weather is akin to predicting the future. Some animals have a kind of sixth sense that helps them to avoid danger, but we have something far better, the ability to gather data and act accordingly. Only humans possess this power to plan ahead. We have the capacity to live each day imagining what tomorrow will be like, and our imagination once gave rise to a rich, vibrant culture. But somewhere along the line we lost sight of tomorrow. We reduced ourselves to animals, focused only on the here and now.
Charged us up quite quickly. BB likes something. Does BB like going downhill? That's a mule. We weren't expecting that. Let's get ready. They know where we are. There's a truck. Let's get some distance from our last seen position. Get in the rush. So we should have seen this coming. There isn't an orange outline, but there is clearly a mule base here, and there's going to be a very easy way to get around this, which is just head east and run south. Just get my bearings here. Run away from them, and we'll be just fine. They saw us. Get up, Sam. Okay, so if we hit those, it shocks us. Good to know. Let's just keep a move on. That away. Ow. Can we grab it? Or they have not historically been this accurate. Let's eat a crypto buyout. Woohoo, that was close. Okay, I guess we can't. Well, Ah, there's more. So this whole west-east stretch has mules. We should have anticipated it and snuck our way through. But we'll see where this gets us. We're fast. Going in the right direction? More or less. If they throw a spear, is that it? Uh-oh.
I'm done.
We got our adrenaline. Oh, that's the adrenaline rush.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID.
But why are you done?
Agile express weapons detected.
We haven't
All
been
weapons
using
will be
stamina
locked
at
until
all.
departure. Cargo verified. Thank you.
Look at that. When he said I'm done, the enemies just... They could see us clearly, but they just stopped. So that means, I guess we've exited their maximum aggro area. We took some kind of damage. Nice to see a different station design for once.
Thank you. Bridges has always been so good to us. Amelie was a dear friend in the early days. She saw the value in what we were doing and led the effort to get our farm up and running. We've been waiting a long time to join the chiral network.
Let's have a look at that wheat you brought, shall we?
Well, Albi, did you really bring us this much? How on earth did you manage? Oh, bless you.
By the way, you wouldn't happen to know Fragile, would you? If you see her, pass along a message for us. Tell her, thanks for saving our hides. If she hadn't stepped up, South Knots and our farm would have been wiped off the face of the earth. She's a hero. And you can tell her I said so. Oh, right, the network. Think you can get us online?
So, Sam, you've been run down by mules after they pinged your cargo, right? Well, to help prevent that from happening again, we've upgraded your own cargo scanner. Say you're about to get pinged. If you time it right, you can return the favor and cancel out their pulse with your own. They'll be none the wiser, and you can carry on without worry. Timing is everything, though.
Timing is everything. How do we learn the timing?
Thank you. Now to start really using Timefall to our advantage. Our farm will be a world first. Truth be told, we've got some test fields, but without the ability to predict Timefall, the results have been less than stellar. The Timefall around here was fairly regular, so we had a reasonable idea of when to plant and when to harvest. But then the terrorists went and threw everything out of whack. Too many dead, too many craters. Weather became impossible to predict. The network's forecast ought to help us get back on track, thank goodness. If all goes to plan, we'll be able to expand our operation and use Timefall to cultivate whole swaths of land. We'll continue our genetic research too, of course, and see if we can't find a way to help develop a sustainable ecosystem. Hell, maybe we'll even stumble into some answers about the Timefall while we're at it. We got our work cut out for us. But I'm up for the challenge. Thanks again, Sam. You've given us hope for a better tomorrow. I can't wait for the harvest.
That's the way, Sam. Halfway there. You can do it. Huh? Well, would you look at that? You've only just brought the Timefall farm into the network, and already we've got new orders. May as well make use of the return trip.
Good work. New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
I just wanted to take a look around here. Since it's a little bit more built up than our usual station. They have all the space, but it would seem no private room for us. Oh, and there is Timefall. That wasn't there when we were coming in. There's new orders, but they're just standard orders. And they want us to get back to the distribution center. Now, we could go by foot. Or... no, we have to go by foot because we don't have a private room for teleporting. He's right. Why don't we make our way back? Distribution center? Is this where we need to go? Distribution center south of Lake Knot. So not the weather station, but instead we go all the way back to the distribution center. Sure, let's do it. Oh, look at that. We can fabricate. Well, it's tempting to maybe build a bike, but I think we'll quickly run into the problem we ran into on the way out here, which is severely rocky terrain. Yeah. And our path is going to be a bit restricted due to the terrain. Anyway, there's a rather large crossing there. It looks like we'll maybe be best served if we can cross that bridge there. Okay, so we've got Timefall everywhere. We want to get out of there as soon as possible. Stop at the weather station. Maybe we can just... oh, that's quite the cliff, isn't it? What's down here? There's a safe house that somebody has already built. That's cool. So we could go down there and teleport, but that would get rid of everything on our person. And I'm actually not sure if we can teleport from safe houses. Well, I'm up for the challenge anyway. Let's do it. What is this? Vehicle repair materials. To a further part of the Timefall farm. Well, I don't think we need to do that. Didn't really use any of our stuff. So nothing to build. We have taken quite a bit of damage to some of these. So let's try to get through that Timefall.
Order assigned.
I'd like to try to avoid the mules. I think we'll do something like this. We do need to charge up, though. We'll have to make a detour for that generator.
Thanks again,
Double jump. Well, that's a new one.
Weapons restrictions lifted.
Avoid areas where timefall is expected. Well, let's see what our options are. No, we can't do anything because the forecast is showing it's just going to be there. And we don't have any... The most we have is we could build a vehicle and abandon it. We can sprint when we're on a structure because it lets us not consume electricity. And we're just taking this circuitous route so we can avoid mules. Because fighting mules means
There we go.
using our gear, potentially damaging our equipment, potentially dying and restarting, just wasting time and resources for absolutely no gain except possibly a shortcut. And And if we're trying to be stealthy, that's definitely going to slow us down, so it doesn't really make it much of a shortcut anymore. Quick check how we're doing. So once we hit A4, we're clear. And I'm not sprinting because I don't want to run out of battery. Okay, all clear. We could head down to the online generator. And I don't think that'll be too much out of the way. It'll let us sprint. So I think it'll be worth doing that. Unless there's BTs lurking. Which there could very well be. Okay, we learned our lesson. That water is nice and shallow. I don't know, if I was a BT, this area certainly looks like a great place to lurk. Give him his likes.
Today's a good day. Thanks for the help. Today's a good day. This one's for you.
Thank you, McWeak Sauce. You are not as weak as your name implies. Yes, we have seen some lost cargo for the weather station, but I think I've made my stance on lost cargo so far pretty clear. Which is, I don't think it's worth even the minute time and energy spent on it. This was not the best route. Oh no, this is fine. This will do just fine. Because we're going straight for another generator. We've had that PCC for quite a while.
Thanks for the help.
Anybody here?
Oh no. Can't give any more likes. Wonder what happened. We already knew about sending multiple likes at once, so we shouldn't be getting that tooltip. I definitely configured an option so that we shouldn't be getting those more than once. Now I wonder if it reset. I think we can harvest this. Oh, it's just cryptobiotes. Thought it was something else. Ah, out of the Timefall.
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Weapons detected. All weapons. Welcome, Sam.
Nothing for us here. There's our destination. Hopefully it'll be easier than when we first came here, because the chiral network is available to us now. We're also going downhill. It's a bit easier to just see our route. And I suppose we could save ourselves some time using a climbing anchor, if the game will allow us to put down a climbing anchor. Let's go ahead and do that. See where that gets us. I think we'll get all the way down. The heights in this game can be deceiving. Good enough? What is that? I've not seen that so far. Is it just a shelter? Ah, it auto repairs our cargo. Containers, not the cargo. Because the container is separate. And it also shelters us from the Timefall. That's right. We did encounter BTs in this whole area. And doesn't look like we're going to be able to circumvent. So we're just going to have to go carefully through, get our blood grenades ready. Someone's close by. I don't like how close the camera gets in some situations, seemingly for no reason, and it's not really something I think we can control. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So we recover the rope. No? What does that mean? I just want to grab it. There we go. Take it all the way down if we can. Excellent. Just going nice and slow here. Don't want to run face first into a BT. Guess we're in the clear.
Whoa, that was close.
We need to ford this. Nearest bridge is a little bit far away. But I don't see any red. So we should be safe. We shouldn't lose our balance. So there is kind of a footpath through this rocky terrain that we potentially could have taken the trike on. It just wasn't obvious from the map or from just looking at it. It just seemed like it was rocky in every direction. Maybe we'll try to use the trike if we need to head that direction again.
Decontaminating suit. All clear. Welcome, Sam Porter Bridges.
There's our trike. This was just a standard order, too. This is just stock response that we get. It's not worth watching.
Good work. New order available. Please
I think that's going to do it for now.
for further information.
We managed to get the Timefall farm online so we can grow crops, and we made our way back to this distribution center so that we can continue the main quest. So we'll pick that up next time on Death Stranding.